Welcome to another episode of Girl Talk and Chill, the safe space for Black women, hosted by Mies and Autumn.
In this podcast, we kiki and hold a safe space to discuss what it's like to be a millennial Black woman, finding our ultimate circle of friends,
maintaining our mental health, dating after divorce, and navigating our journey of self-discovery. Let's get into it.
We're here.
Finally.
We're doing a thing, Jamise. Should we do a toast first?
We definitely should.
Let us toast. Hey, sis.
And I'm gonna be sipping on this. Girl, I got a bottle next to the cup, so like I could just keep it going.
Oh, you're not alone, friend.
We're the same person. Like
literally the same person, per usual.
But yes, we are here. We are doing the thing.
And it is welcome everybody to Girl Talk and Chill.
Girl Talk and Chill.
So I guess we should go ahead and get into introductions. Welcome to Girl Talk and Chill. I am one of your Nubian queen hosts. My name is Autumn Black.
And my name is Mies. That's it. Just Mies. That's enough for me.
What up, y'all? So we wanted to do first episode like an introduction. So this is going to be y'all's getting to know us, what we're doing here, how often y'all will see us, why we're going to be having these conversations. But felt like most importantly, it was about like getting to know the queens behind the microphone or behind the camera.
Yes.
However you're listening to us.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so Mies, you want to start? Mies is super quiet, so if y'all hear me pushing her to talk, it's because if I don't, she won't.
Listen, I am absolutely like an extroverted introvert or introverted extrovert. I don't know which way you say it. So it takes me a minute, but baby, once we get in there, we are in there. So we want to start with questions?
Yeah, we can start with questions.
Okay, so I think one of the best ways to get to know us is just by asking some random off the wall stuff. And so my first question for you, Autumn, is who is your favorite insecure character?
Favorite insecure character would definitely have to be one of the most underdeveloped characters on the show, and I cannot wait for her spinoff, but Kelly's crazy ass. Kelly's crazy ass. She always had the lines. She was funny. She was always very stylish, you know, but Kelly very much reminded me of me in all of my friend circles because every time she was on camera, I was stuck because I didn't know what the hell she was going to say. Like, whatever the group was talking about, she was talking about something completely different.
Yes.
And as an Aquarius, I can hella relate.
Because y'all some weirdo. And it's okay.
Nobody knows what's really going on inside of our minds. So definitely Kelly was definitely my favorite. And I say she's underdeveloped because she was very like a surface level character. We didn't really get to know too much about her childhood, her other friends, even like we learned a little bit about her work environment. She had a very professional career, but all we knew about Kelly was she was a freak. She was crazy. She liked to do a little bit of drugs. She peed on herself in that one episode, you know? She hated Issa's brother.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't even know what that was about. I think they slept together.
I thought he was gay.
He is, which makes it even more sense. Like, why does he hate her so much? And why does Kelly hate her so much in return? I feel like they fooled around. It was like,
I'm literally not going to say, I mean, that's not like gay men don't sleep with women. So it could have happened.
I don't know. But I do agree with you. Like, when Insecure went off, like the last season, that's a critique I saw from so many people about the show. Like, why didn't we find out more about Kelly? Why was she just there for the laughs and the jokes? Like, everybody wanted to know, you know, more of her story. Mm-hmm. I will say, I think she had her shit more together than everybody else. Like, like she was helping Molly talk to her family about their estate planning.
Yep.
She was always shading Issa because Issa don't ever have her stuff together.
Hot mess. Hot mess.
Like she just seems really like got her life together vibes for me.
And it was like she really never, everybody else kind of had a lot of drama going on in their lives, especially when it came to relationships. She was very comfortable and cool with her relationship status. Like, I'm sleeping with this nigga, flirting with this nigga, about to go get this nigga. Like, she was very comfortable with what she had going on and wasn't ever like overly stressed about anything. One of the things I did love about Kelly's character was when they dived into her friendship with Tiffany.
Mm.
Like when Tiffany got pregnant and their relationship, their friendship started to change. At the time, I was like, this is weird. Why is this happening? Why this is fucking weird. People have kids all the time. It's not that big of a deal. Until one of my best friends got pregnant and I was like, why are you being weird to me? Because I don't have kids. Like, and it does. It changed. Kids do change the dynamic. And so I like thought back to those episodes with Tiffany and Kelly, and I was like, damn, Kelly, once again, relatable as fuck.
Relatable to Kelly with the friend situation, with the nigga situation, just like very much giving Kelly vibe.
Definitely. So who was your favorite character from Insecure?
So if we're talking about like from a lust perspective, it would definitely be Daniel.
Yes!
It would
My
definitely.
nigga.
I was so hurt that we didn't see him again in the final season. Like, how you gonna leave
Right?
Daniel out? But other than that, I would say Issa. Like, I very much relate to Issa because I don't be having my stuff together. A nigga be trying to figure it out. I be trying to figure it out, and I just be like, this is what we got going on. This is where we are. Keep it moving.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Issa. And you know what? A dude that I was talking to actually was like, I give him Issa vibes because,
It's a compliment.
well, not from him because it was when she was talking to Nathan, and he was like, Issa, she don't know if she want Nathan or not, and blah 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 blah. And how I think it was either her mom or Nathan was like, you all it was Nathan, you're all over the place. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna just start calling you Issa. And I was like, well, I'm cool with that. Then he explained, and I was like, nigga,
You can go.
expeditiously. Yeah.
Absolutely not. But you know what? As much as I do love Daniel, like I'm definitely with you on the lusting vibes. But I definitely think that Nathan was my favorite of the boyfriends. Like something about a mentally unstable nigga is just like
I was with you. And then you went too far.
it's my weakness. It's okay. I can never get the ones that are like all the way there. It's like as soon as I find out that he's a little off, I'm like, oh my gosh, are you husband number 2 coming through?
Therapy. Seek it.
Please,
I love
please.
Nathan because he was so supportive of her. First of all, I loved his voice. He has a sexy voice. I was okay, Nathan. And I loved who Issa was with him. Like she was, after a breakup, just feeling herself, getting to know
Mm-hmm.
herself again. And I didn't like that he ghosted her, but again, like the mental health thing. So I was like, okay, this makes sense. But like I think he really brought out some good sides of her. If I'm
Absolutely. And I felt like that was weird, whenever she was just like just very, to me it was very sudden that she was just done with him. And I was just
yeah.
like, I mean, can we think about this? Can we try? Can we put in a little bit more effort here? Like he's doing all of the things. He literally is doing nothing. But then my sister was just like, like feelings are feelings, and when you don't feel it, like you could check all of the boxes, but if I just don't feel it. And I was like, you know what, she's a water sign, and I was just like, okay.
Can't relate.
Like you said that the boxes are checked, what more do you want from me?
Oh Lord. Yes. I did want them to get back together. Like the last episode or whatever, like when he came back, I think it was for her birthday. They threw her a birthday or something, and he showed.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, we're getting too far. I just for the record, I didn't want her to get back with Lawrence, and I wanted her to be with Nathan. I was upset.
I agree with you. I literally was like, I'll take anybody at this point that's not Lawrence. But really, I was really hoping that it was just a whole new person. Like, for me, I'm just like, we don't always have to circle back to that old thing, whether it's the old thing or a new old thing. Like, there's billions of people on this planet. Like, I'm not saying to, spread it around, but hell, it worked for Kelly.
Okay. Like Kelly ended the season married.
Yes. And
I
was
think,
was she pregnant or had a baby or something? That nigga had a family.
yeah, I think Issa was just like only engaged.
To
Let me
the same nigga that you started the season cheating on.
with a
Like
5-year-old kid. That's the mother of.
Okay, well I didn't mean for this to turn into a dragging session. Don't get it confused. We actually do love the show. Don't get it confused.
Love everything Issa Rae, Capricorn gang, but yes.
Yes. Okay, so let me do question number 2. Oh my gosh, this is a good one. Question number 2. You watch Versus, don't you?
Yes.
You watch all the Versus? Okay. So
I don't know what you've been saying.
Omarion versus Mario. Who were you taking in that Versus? Who were you showing up for?
Now, if you would have asked me this before the Versus, I would have said, I actually did say, I don't think Mario has enough songs. Like, I could only name like 3 or 4. But then the Versus came on. And it was ratchet as hell. And every song Mario played, I was like, yeah, I know this. I was singing along with him because he was actually singing, for one, and not eating watermelons with his brother. And all of this. Well, that's right. Omarion's definitely a dancer. So definitely Mario. I'm so sorry, Mario. It should have been you from the start. Like,
I was never like, even growing up, I was never really a fan of Mario. Like, he just never did it for me because I am B2K to the flow. Like, I'm loyal to B2K. And so it's hilarious to me now as an adult that I see Omarion. Like, this is the lead singer of the group that I would like die for. This nigga is the lead singer. Like, and you know what? The nigga that is sexualizing watermelon with his brother. Like, that, how kinky do you have to be to do like freak shit with your brother?
Of eating it, no less. Like, what?
It was a lot going on. But I don't care. I'm still with B2K. I mean, they're never gonna go on tour together again. That's a wrap. It's never happening. So I'm glad I went, and seen the Millennium Tour when I had the chance, because niggas being niggas, this is not gonna happen. But yeah, I'm not buying a Omarion album anytime soon. But I'm also not going to a Mario show. Quite honestly, their pre-show was more lit. The pre-show.
Until the baby's born. What?
Now, anytime that Ray J is showing up for anything, it's gonna be an extravaganza. If his name is on the agenda, it's gonna be an extravaganza.
It was not giving. Then freaking Bobby V, and who else was it? Sammy
with his fine self, yes.
And that just distracted me. I was gonna say they was singing Ray J out of his song, but Sammy definitely matured nicely.
He did. And I was a fan when he was a kid, and we've grown up together. You grown, I'm grown. We could be grown. We can be grown. I follow him on social media, and he a hotep, just my type. Mentally unstable, probably, just my type.
I'm asking for deliverance from the hoteps. They have got me in a chokehold.
She said deliverance.
I don't want them no more. Yeah, Sammy's so fine. That's all I kept thinking.
And then who was the other one that was there? Pleasure P.
Yes, that
Pleasure
nigga.
P.
Actually, all of them was petty, but I was surprised at how petty.
They was all super petty that night.
Oh my gosh. I was like, let people tell it. You would have thought these was some women on the stage. These is full blown men. I'm like, men are way I feel like men are way more petty than women, but
And the crazy thing about it is, I'm like, don't they all make like R&B love songs? Why is there so much aggression? I would
they
have thought that
very
they were
banging
like,
on R&B.
I'm like, are you guys sure that you're not signed to Death Row Records? Like, is this y'all are banging banging?
Yeah,
I felt like they should have been on the Gucci and Jeezy verses because it was lit.
I was afraid with Gucci and Jesus.
And see, they held it down. They held it down much better, okay, than these fools.
I said somebody is leaving there with a hole in their body. Like it's not, but they did it. And yes, the R&B divas was on some gangster stuff. I was not
And
prepared.
do you know that these niggas have the audacity to try to like go on tour and like do a couple of shows? Like, so not really a tour, but like do shows together. I can't remember what they was named, what they called it, but it was something with their initials. But I'm like, y'all were terrible as the four of you, like together. That was horrible. We would never. We don't want that.
On like some reality show type, but not like a R&B concert.
Like, there's no love being made here at
No,
all.
not at all. At all. Okay, what's the next question? Oh, so what is your favorite placement in your birth chart?
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Favorite. I don't know because I feel like my birth chart be dragging me in so many areas. Like, um, honestly, I'm gonna have to say that my favorite is the Aquarius Sun. My
Mm,
Aquarius Sun is. I feel like it brings my chart is so heavy with Capricorn and in like all of the best and the worst places that I really need the air, that Aquarius air to like bring balance to me. So that's got to be my favorite. And it makes me, look at things and be like different and unique from other people while the rest of the world is going, in this straight line. Like I said, me and Kelly, we are doing something back here. We're doing something back here. I didn't even know y'all left and was in a straight line over there. I had no idea, but we're over here. So I definitely love being an Aquarius. That's like I rep Aquarius gang gang. I heavily relate to Capricorns though. Um, but that Capricorn energy and that Scorpio energy be dragging me. It be dragging my life. And the Aquarius saves me. It's probably like the thing that people dislike about me the most though is my Aquarius trait. I'm very detached. I forget about people. I forget, to show empathy and, bring out my emotions. So it's probably, I'll go days, weeks, months and forget, like, hey, you probably need to check in with your friends because I just be living my life. So people probably don't like that about me, but it keeps me centered.
I feel like you saying that Aquarius is your favorite placement is the Aquarian complex. Like, of course, Aquarius, because we're the best and we know everything. Duh.
And I mean, what else could you possibly want? What else could you possibly? It's literally the best thing about me. You're right. It be popping up. It be popping up, and it's facts. I don't take any of it back.
Oh, you literally can't help it.
I can't.
As you were talking, I was thinking about mine, and I was gonna say, well, I am gonna say that my Capricorn rising is my favorite placement because I'm an Aries sun with a Cancer moon, and that's a lot of like very intense, emotional sensitivity, passion. Like I can just imagine like if my rising sign was like air or more water or fire, like I would be a completely different intense type of person. And so I feel like the Capricorn energy definitely balances me out. And because my other placements, like my big ones, are so intense, like I'm not, a lot of people give Capricorns a rep for being boring or dry, but like there's no way in hell I could be boring as an Aries. They can't,
No.
there's absolutely no way. And so I'm like, for the love of God, thank you for this picture of a sign because I don't know where I would be without it. I'd be crazier than I am, for sure.
It definitely, I would say, is part of the reason like why we've been attracted to each other since we've met, because we both have Capricorn rising. And so it's just be like, the thing that I love about Capricorns is that it's like no nonsense. It's just like, these are the facts, this is the order, this is what it is, and like, where do we go from there? Like, it's very strategic. And I love that about us, because when we get together and we formulate a plan, like we just be clicking.
Yeah.
Common sense is common sense, and it just makes sense to us. And there's, what else do we need to conversate about? There's nothing further to discuss. So it makes our friendship like seamless, because although you do have a lot of emotions going on over there, a lot of feelings that are happening, that Capricorn rising make it make sense. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can get with that. I can stand behind that. There's logic to the feelings.
Yeah. And when it makes sense, it can make sense.
Facts.
And I care about the sense.
Facts.
Oh, yes. So, okay, we joke a lot of times about like how we're the same person. And of course, we have our Capricorn risings to thank for that. And I also have a lot of Aquarian energy too. Like I have Aquarius, Venus, and Mars, and some other thing. But I want to talk about how we met all those many moons ago. That was in 2013.
Was it? I was gonna ask, like, when. I don't even know when exactly it was. I'm really bad with dates.
Only reason I know this is because I had Leah that year. And Blake's birthday, we'll talk about Blake very briefly. Blake's birthday is in August. And I think the show was like right before his birthday. So
Mm-hmm.
we met at your showcase. And
Yes. And that was
talk
such
about,
an interesting time. That was like one of my very first entrepreneurial ventures, my first time like putting on an event, because I do event coordination, event planning, hosting events. And that was my first time doing it. And I was doing it all by myself. And I literally, to this day, I tell everybody that's still the dopest show that I ever created. Ever created. So many elements to it in such a beautiful location. It was literally perfection. I plan every event now to like try to reach that pinnacle, like that's my high. And Mies was a part of the show. She was doing poetry, and she was just, well, Blake was a part of the show because he had a line that was like walking in doing the fashion portion of it, and you were doing the poetry. And both of them were like the ideal couple. When you talk about like the ideal creative couple, like I was like, are you kidding me? There's no way that they know each other. There's no way that they're in a relationship. And it was just, everything just made sense. And so yeah, that's literally how we met. Oddly enough, our Capricorn risings brought us together to work together.
yeah.
And shit, 10 years later, still going strong, working together, but definitely more so on the friend, sisterhood, like bestie, like I need you, I need to vent to you, I need to cry real quick. Like I need you type of energy.
Yes. Yeah, so yeah, Blake was a vendor too. Blake was a vendor with his clothing line. and his clothing line did the fashion show, and then I orchestrated like the art part. So we had a singer, a rapper. I think we had something else. Oh, he had models, and then I did the
Mm-hmm.
board. And so it's so funny to me because your boyfriend at the time is a Virgo. My boyfriend at the time, Virgo. We both ended up marrying these niggas, and we are both divorced from them, and still going strong.
And still going strong. The friendship definitely outlasted the Virgo. One
Yeah,
thing I tell people all the time when it comes to Virgos, Virgos belong with other Virgos. Period. Virgos, leave the rest of us the hell alone. We don't we've done nothing to you and we don't deserve that treatment. Leave us alone. Okay? Get you another Virgo or someone with
absolutely.
heavy Virgo placements.
Yeah, yeah, girl. It's a task. It's
It's literally when I tell y'all that me and Jamice's life has been such a mirror of each other. There are slight differences in our journey, but I mean, literally, like she said, we were both dating Virgos at the time. Um, her and Blake got married, had a baby, and got divorced before me and my Virgo. We were together for I don't even know how long before we actually ended up getting married. We didn't have any kids, but we just got divorced earlier this year. And like I said, 10 years later, me and Jamie still going strong, like healthiest relationship that I've had in the last 10 years. But it was just, it happened at different times in our life, but it still played out the same way. And it's just like I can literally say something to her and I don't even have to do too much explaining because she's like, I know. I know that you do. And that's why I can tell you, I can look at you and you already know like the trigger is happening right now. And she just be knowing.
Oh, yes. I think like because we definitely, like you said, we met on business and we were like active on social media and stuff like that. But I think we really became friends, like probably around your divorce. I'm not saying we weren't friends before, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
like that's when we became like, I need you.
Because before it very much so was more like we would talk and kiki and like, but it was giving very much surface level. Like
Yeah.
like I said, I'm an Aquarius sun, Capricorn rising, lots of Capricorn in me. I'm very good with keeping things detached and surface level. But it was like around the time of my divorce, and then what you were going through personally, it was just like I need a person who gets it and who understands and who I felt like wasn't going to judge me.
Yeah.
And like it was just came natural. I was just like, I can tell Jamise anything and I don't feel like she's going to judge me. I would tell her the craziest shit and she would just be like, there's nothing wrong with that, all of her feelings would, she's just very understanding. And I'd be like, okay, if you say so, because Mies had all of her shit together. If you ask me, outside looking in, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to be listening to what this woman has to say because she got her shit together.
And now you know that I don't. Now you know I'm a hot mess.
Join the club.
I just sent you a voice message yesterday. I feel so crazy. Oh my gosh. But that's like that's the thing. I think people should look at their platonic relationships kind of similarly to how we look at our romantic relationships because like it is difficult making friends when you're an adult. Like where are you meeting people to make friends at? You're not going to school and stuff like that. And so I feel like sometimes people try to make friendship relationships fit and they just don't.
Mm-mm.
Like just because we both like freaking neo soul music doesn't mean that I'm gonna relate to you when you're going through it. And so I will say, like, our friendship has always flowed, and there's no there's no head. Well, there are expectations, but they're natural, and they're natural settings for the both of us, so they don't feel heavy, or like you were saying before, like I don't feel like I gotta do this or do that. It just, hey, when we have time, we have time. When we
Mm-hmm.
don't, we don't, and there's no guilt or judgment or any of that.
Yeah, it's just meshes. It's just like our friendship, we're able to fit into each other's lives very effortlessly, like it's just like I said, I can sometimes forget to talk to people for days, weeks, months, and then Jamise will just be like, life be life, and I got two kids, and I have a lot of things that's going on, so it fits that you forgot to respond to my message for 4 days, like
Yeah.
things are starting to cycle out, and I can now like get back into this conversation. And so it works perfectly because she also doesn't expect for me to immediately respond to anything and everything that she says, because she doesn't think I'm ignoring her, because she's like, well, I'm actually living my life, so I'm not, relying and depending and waiting on this message. It's just very natural.
Yeah, and I think when we do have active lives, like whatever that looks like, however we're occupying our time, and when we can trust that the person that, we've decided to be close to or whatever, like when we trust that connection, like we won't get anxious about, I
Mm.
don't even want to talk about that because I definitely have anxious attachment style in my romantic relationships. I'm talking to myself, but I'm not going to listen. So I just feel like in my friendships, when I could trust that connection and that, you're going to show up eventually, or when I really, really, really need you, you can make time for me. Like, there's no need to, girl, I know you saw me message you and you on Facebook, and now I don't want to talk at all, ever. I don't want to do it anymore. Let's not be friends.
Right.
But so, some people get really offended by that, but I just, especially like as creatives, I feel like, one, if you have a life, two, if you're creative of any type, and like if you get overstimulated or have anxiety or any of those things, if you have any tweaks in your brain, it's easy to just kind of zone out or just get caught up and having to deal with the stress of disappointing a person. Or so we need to make sure we're equally yoked in our friendships as well.
Mhm. Absolutely. Not forcing it, not trying to fake it, and being super honest with each other. Like, I love the fact that Jamise is so respectful in our friendship. Like, when she needs to unload something, she will literally message me first and be like, don't listen to this next message if you don't have the mental capacity to take this on, or she'll just text it and be like, do you have time? Do you have time to talk? Like, I need to get on the phone. Do you have time to talk? And I'll be like, give me 15 minutes. I'm about to wrap up this email. I'm going to call you. And we can hop on the phone. We can talk for 20 minutes. We can talk for 2 hours. It literally, but it's just that, and that could be some of our Capricorn rising of like, let me plan this out.
Yeah, yeah. But even then, like I feel like you have to be respectful of other people's energy, and it can't just be, I'm going through this, I need to get this off. Bleh. Like, hold up
Mhm.
now. I was in a good space. I wasn't prepared for all of it. You didn't even ask.
Right.
So, and like when you feel people, when your spirit is the type of spirit that absorbs things, hearing something negative and you're not prepped for it is just like, now you absorbed all of it in you and you can't shake it. And now you got to do something with the energy. Like, hold on now.
Because where am I supposed to put this now?
I can't give it back to you. Like golly, like I just feel like that's such a considerate thing to do. And people lose sight of that, especially like when you're going through something or through a healing process, because we know those are ghetto, like, and the days be up and down. So I get needing to get that out because baby, I'm there right now. But still, it can't just be a you thing. You definitely gotta be considerate of the
Hmm.
people that provide the safe space for you.
And I think we've talked about this even before with like having honesty in friendships, like, and accountability. I know that men like to talk a lot about how women don't like to hold each other accountable, like we just make excuses for each other. When you have a friend who is an Aries, that's not possible. It's what she's feeling, if you have upset her, if you have disappointed her, if you have failed in any type of capacity, you're going to have to be held accountable. Like, and it'd be just like our friendship is so important to me that I just be like, okay, well, if I fucked up, I'm gonna have to eat that because although I do have a God complex, I have acknowledged that although I'm the closest thing to perfection, I
Is
am not perfect. I am not. Okay. I'm not perfect. I am very close to it, but still not. Okay. So when Jamise tells me that I fucked up, like I'll be like, okay, yeah, I can see where I'm disappointed. Let me eat that and let me, make adjustments and so I can know how to properly go about communicating in this friendship. I never ever want to come at any of my friends with that energy of, well, you're just being super sensitive because people are sensitive because they have feelings and their feelings matter. So I never want to just, swipe people's feelings under the rug. That is very important in friendships for you to not let your ego get the best of you to the point to where now the people that you love the most and the people that you're closest to, they really don't want to fuck with you because they feel like you don't care about how they feel
right.
about things.
Right.
That's so disgusting.
I won't be around. Like, but one thing I do appreciate as well is like you was cracking me up the other day when you was like, I don't want to come off rude or like too harsh. And I'm like, I need like I am Aries. I need you to like oh friend, like maybe I don't need to be coddled. I don't need to be pacified. Look, I love you, but you're not. It's not giving what you think it's giving. Like you really need to work on it. What's going on? And so I'm like, just knowing your friend, knowing what they need, like giving that space to be held accountable and to hold accountable. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're in a friendship with somebody that you don't feel, you can take critique from, or it's not safe enough for you to receive whatever they give, like you might as well not be friends. Like, what are we doing here? What are we
Why are
doing?
you wasting my time with the fakery? Why are you wasting my
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get better. Like I don't want nobody lying to me. Oh, yes, sis, girl, you good. Nah. I need the
whole
real.
time you out here ugly? Okay, your eyebrows don't match and I'm just letting you walk around with unmatched uneven eyebrows and we taking pictures together and I'm not gonna post these pictures of my friend with her uneven eyebrows. Like, first of all, you're bringing the group average down, sis. I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna say something. It's like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
has to be.
yes. So we definitely need safe spaces in our friendships. And that's one of the reasons like why we wanted to do Girl Talk and Chill, because a lot of black women don't have just a safe space to come and just like be. Like a lot of times we're in environments and people are always pulling, taking, whether it's our energy, our time, our money, our care, our concern, like our love. And people are constantly taking, but they're not replenishing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I was just like, I really would like to have something where black women on a universal scale can come and like how we're talking right now, like this is my girlfriend. Like when you come here, you are a part of the sisterhood. You're a part of the girl tribe, girl gang. Like I see you. I want the best for you. I want you thriving, like I want to see you winning. And so here is a space where you can let it all out, laugh, because it's not all, that's one thing I see in these healing circles. I'm not gonna get on a rant, but that's one thing I see in these healing circles
Let me pull up.
and conversations. Like it's all trauma, sad. And I'm like, baby, I feel you. I be there. That's where I be hiding sometimes. But like I don't want to be there all of the time. Like I want the good vibes too. And I feel like, we need to, I don't know, we just need to be replenished. and refreshed. And so when you come here, like we're affirming each other, we're speaking life, we're laughing, we roasting, we whatever it is, like we it's a safe space, man.
It's always good times, good vibes. Like we definitely like to create an energy where yes, it's a safe space for you to unload, for you to unpack. But like Jamise was saying, we want to pour in also. Like I love to remind people that when we get together, that this is a judgment-free zone. Like that's the most important thing to me is having the freedom to just be me and not feel judged. And I love to share that type of energy and that type of mindset with other people. Because when you go out into the world, I never want people to think that there is a cap on anything that they're trying to experience. If you want to experience, entrepreneurship and journey into whatever it is that your purpose is, there's no cap on it. Try all of the things, fuck up at all of the things so that you can learn how to be better at all of the things. And I'm going to support you at level 1, level 3, level 17. I'm there the whole way. Like if you want to experience like marriage and you want to fall in love and have kids and do the whole thing, I'm reminding you, you deserve to have like trauma-free love. You deserve to have a love that's not rooted and not based in, well, I know I drug you for the last 3 years, but I'm better now, so I'm going to do the things to do right. No, you deserve love that treated you right from day one. You deserve a job, a career that treated you right and appreciated your genius from day one. You deserve to feel fulfilled and purposeful in life from day one. And no matter what that looks like, because I know that because me and Jamise, we do have like a mirroring life, but different. Like I said, she has kids. I don't have kids. We currently live in 2 different states. We're currently dating with 2 different intentions, in the world. But regardless of what that looks like, what joy and happiness looks like for Jamise, like my ultimate, I tell her this in conversation all the time. I don't care what it is or what it looks like. As long as you're happy, that is literally the only thing that matters to me. If it makes you happy, the things that I do aren't going to make Jamise happy because it's not for her. Like she's meant to live her life. But as long as my friend is happy and content in life and she feels good, we gonna be good.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yes, I feel like that's so important because you have to hold room and space for people to live their own lives and go through their own journeys. And so, while I never want to see my friends in an unhealthy situation, I would definitely, of course, speak out about that. But like, if you decided to stick it out with Tyrone, hey sis, like, here's what I think about it if you ask me, and let's move on. let's I'm not about to, treat you no different, or, I ain't gonna lie to you. Now you gotta ask because everybody don't want to hear it, but people have to go through their own journeys, period. And
Mm-hmm.
we need friends, we need spaces to where we feel comfortable navigating through those journeys with them.
Yeah, I'm still gonna show up to the baby shower, but don't ask me to be in no pictures with him.
Because I do
I'm
not
a,
support this.
I'm gonna come and I'm gonna bring my gift. Okay, I'm gonna help set up the balloons and do all of the things. But am I taking family pictures with him? It's a no. I'm not gonna be able to do that.
I did my
But
part.
so yes. Okay, what else were we talking about?
um,
It's been a good chat so far.
it has. I think that was everything for our getting to know us, a little bit about our friendship, choosing to still rock with B2K after all of the
And you know what? I hate to say it, but in all honesty, this is why, because you can't really ever, once again, this is just proof that sometimes it's really hard to depend on the black man. Okay. This group has traumatized me. Okay. I thought B2K was forever. Y'all been lying to me my whole life. I thought half of y'all was cousins, and you ain't.
Dang.
Y'all
Mm-mm.
just been lying. But you know what group has never failed me and will never fail me is the Backstreet Boys. Y'all, I've been riding with the Backstreet Boys. These white men have been doing me right, okay, for 20 years.
Why do you want to get us drunk on Twitter? They gonna cancel us before we start.
It's my Aquarius nature. Don't take Jamise down with me.
We are a unit, damn it. But that's a hell of a stay.
I'm a loyal fan, for forever. I've got to see both of them, B2K and unfortunately, we'll never see B2K live again because Lil Fizz couldn't keep it in his pants. But that's another story for another day.
For another time. Yeah. So this was fun.
This was a nice little kiki. Yeah, this was good stuff. Okay, so girl talk and chill. I guess I can maybe talk a little bit about maybe what are we going to be doing in 2023. Or like the podcast is officially starting. We're doing the podcast. We're doing events. We have a group on Facebook.
Yes, called Girl Talk and Chill. So you need to find us and join the tribe. Gang gang. to continue this conversation because we be cutting up in the group sometimes.
when we're in there, it definitely it's a good time. But we've been planning on doing like some virtual events in there, hopping on live and just having some of these conversations. We're very interested to know like where women are at when it comes to sisterhood, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to trusting other women, when it comes to trusting yourself. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, do you trust yourself enough to be in close proximity mentally and emotionally with other people, especially other women? I feel like the relationships that we have with other women is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. So if you are distant and standoffish and afraid, untrusting of other women, it may have a lot to do with the way that you see and view yourself. That's just me personally, how I feel about it.
I want to say this before we close out. Like my very first appointment with my therapist, I started going to therapy in June, and um, before I switched therapists, another conversation for another time. But my first appointment, I'm thinking we're gonna talk about like my daddy issues and my childhood traumas and this and that, and like these niggas. And I mentioned something about my friends, and I was like, yeah, I grew up in a very like tight knit, close group of girlfriends. I think it's like five of us. Five, forgive me, out. I think it's like five of us in a group. And I was just like, as we got older, all of my friends like branched off and made other close friends. And I have made like two outside of you. Like when I'm thinking about when I first graduated high school, I made two close friends since 2007, three now. Like I made three close friends since 2007. And I was just telling her, I was just like, it really bothered me that my friends was like really moving on. Like, hold up. Like we got our group and those are like the side women. Like they don't. And she was just like, uh, how do you think your daddy issues have affected your friendships? And I'm like, these are women, ma'am. First of all, like, let's stay on task here. And she was talking about like how my issues with abandonment and my anxious detachment issues and how I don't trust people enough to let them in. So she's like, it's not like you haven't had opportunities to make these close friends. I'm sure if you think about it long enough, people will come to mind that were trying to like rock with you and you were like and she was just like, how have your trust issues affected your ability to make friends? And I was just like, this was the first appointment. I wasn't expecting it really rocked me. And so I would like for women to think about that. Like how are your internal issues affecting your friendships? Because we can talk about men all day. Well, I have this issue. It's what affects how. Okay, yeah, cool. Think about your friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sit on that because it really like I thought I knew all my issues and how they affected me, and apparently not.
Girl, it be your own therapist that be dragging you. I mean, they be dragging you to the depths of hell, but then right back up to the surface, like, oh, I feel great now. Now that I know, I feel fucking fantastic.
Yes, yeah, she did. She did build me back up after.
That's a very good point, though. That is definitely something I love. I like that you brought that up because that'd be one of those things that we completely just are blindsided by. Like, I had no idea that this was affecting me in more areas than I realized.
Yeah. Yeah, so sit on that. Make sure you find us on Facebook, Girl Talking Chill.
We out here.
So on Instagram as well. Just find us on all the socials because we're there. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
I'm getting accustomed to TikTok.
I love TikTok. Like actually Twitter is my favorite social media app right now because it feels like a diary. I be reading everybody's business and relate to all the sad girl energy. But yes, we're everywhere. So find us, follow us, rate us. Let us know what you thought about this episode of this first Girl Talk and Chill intro episode. Yeah.
And then come back for another one because we'll be here again.
Yes, every week. Every week.
Okay, we out.
All right.